Hey YouTube family, it's 𝒊𝒏𝒄𝒍𝒑𝒔 from Identity. How is everyone doing today? I hope you're all in good health. So I finally completed the raid and our clan has it down to a science. I call this the beginner's guide for the advanced mechanics of Operation Iron Horse. Shout out to my fellow clanmate who helped me with this guide and title. Monkey, I appreciate you, my guy. So this is how I got my Ravenous, and I want to show you how to get yours as well. If you aren't subscribed yet, then don't hesitate. I love to have you here. And let's not waste any more time. Lieutenant Gray is the easiest boss encounter. So follow these instructions and he will be killed in a minute or two, because this is just a DPS check. So DPS Lieutenant Gray, when the 3 shielded guards are dead, the boss's backpack grants bonus armor and needs to be destroyed whenever it's glowing blue. You can use 3 players with Sweet Dreams exotic shotgun to easily melee the purple shield for instant DPS to Lieutenant Gray. If you're having a problem with ads shooting you from behind, just position 2 DPS on a platform behind you so there's no distractions. Once the boss is dead, insert the 2 fuses gathered from the battlefield into the generators on the left and right docks to push the train forward to gain access to the next area.
That's it? Okay. Alright, awesome. How many characters you got, John? Fanatic. It's right here, so it's that quick, huh? Alright, let me know when y'all ready. Alright, I'm hitting it. Think about that. Perfect.
This second boss encounter I thought would be more difficult than it actually is. It's very simple and I'll show you how to easily do this. 1 100% burn resistance tank and airlock, going in the foundry room to relay codes to the control room operator, and 2 healers inside the control room, 1 on the crucible codes and 1 controlling the A, B, and C doors. 2 DPS need to be on each side outside the control room protecting the shutoff panels so that the ads that spawn every 45 seconds will not shut off the power in the control room. 1 player on each sector, A, B, and C, killing ads and listening to control room callouts. These 3 players are responsible for matching the coded images from the control room to their Wi-Fi panels. Then shoot the attached yellow cable red box. Each box fills the crucible 25% per correct code. These codes are not as difficult to decipher as you think. If the code is, for example, #45, you have to figure out which illustration corresponds with that particular code. The full code will contain #45. You'll just have to figure out which one it is. This takes some practice to master. The control room's Wi-Fi codes fill the crucible to 100%. At this point, the control room operator can move the crucible forward 4 times, while the tank is shooting the weak point at the top of the crucible's hoist 3 times from the airlock. The 4th move of the crucible will spill the molten metal and melt the train mortar. Once the train has been melted by the molten, players from sectors A, B, and C apply water pressure by opening their valves. The pressure total must hit 80 to 85% in order for the control room operator to activate the water cannon inside the foundry. The tank will then run out into the foundry and shoot the lava with the water cannon. At this point, the train mortar and the train healing will be disabled, and all players can be let into the airlock to DPS Captain 𝒉𝒄𝒍💑 and kill him ASAP. Don't forget to clear the remaining ads afterwards.
Yeah, we'll help you out, and just make sure you hit those boxes so we can open the doors. Otherwise, we won't get the key. All right, I'm hitting it right now. Get ready. Oh. I'm waiting. Nice. All right. Another one? Is there another one? Okay, we're good. Yeah, he's out. Nice, guys. Anybody need a backpack keychain? It's back here. Key is right here. Wall face, are you good? Yeah, after the door opens up. I'm opening the door. Let's go. Alright, go ahead. Suppress. It's okay, y'all. Just work. Alright, let me know when you're on your pipes. Wait, well, I'll do the countdown. 3, 2, 1, now. Good job. Alright. Yeah, we're good. As long as that's the only part we need to get open, man. If we didn't get that, then it was a problem. Sweet.
But they're heavily redacted. I don't know who she is or even who she was, but my gut tells me she was mixed up in some high-level political bullshit.
See that orange and yellow tarp? Now don't aim, but move your mouse down below it and you'll see a gray vent behind it. Once the crane pulls that up, it's gonna reveal the gray vent. And the third one's right under here. Okay. Alright, cool.
This third boss encounter, Lieutenant Williams, I believe requires very much communication and precision to complete, because here you only have a certain amount of time before the furnace explodes due to pressure buildup. You can manage that pressure a little bit, but ultimately you'd have to get through as many objectives as you can, as quickly as you can. The team composition for this one is 4 DPS, 1 tank, and 1 healer on the ground. 2 other players will go up to the 3rd floor via the rope chain. One to read the control console diagnostics on the 3rd floor. The other is there with him as a bodyguard against snipers that spawn routinely. Also during the blue and yellow phases to hit the yellow breaker boxes and blue pressure valves. So in order to start the phase, the one who goes up on the rope chain will read the control console for diagnostics. It'll either be blue, red, or yellow. These 3 colors correspond with the 3 stations spread out on the ground floor. So if the diagnostics read blue, ground floor will go as a group to the blue corresponding console down there. 3rd floor needs to then press and hold the diagnostics button while one of the 6 players on the ground floor presses that console button. At this point, an alarm will go off. Immediately jump down from the 3rd floor, otherwise you will instantly die from the pressure release. This officially starts phase 1 of this encounter. Adds will begin to recurrently spawn, and this is why you need to stay together as a group on the ground floor. The 3rd floor player needs to go back up there to read diagnostics again. The pressure needs to be released 3 to 4 times, and each time the diagnostics will read differently. From this point on, every time diagnostics are run, the boss, Lieutenant Williams, will spawn on the ground floor. He will come out whatever door the diagnostics are run from. Quickly DPS him, and once he's immune to your shots, he'll run back in the door he came out of. So let's say the diagnostics read blue this time. Well, that's where your bodyguard comes into play. Remember the one extra that came up with you to the 3rd floor? He'll come up there first, then jump down to the 2nd floor, which is where the 10 blue pressure valves will be. While 3rd floor is holding the diagnostics button, 2nd floor is searching for 3 blue pressure valves to vent. You'll know which ones because they'll have steam seeping out of the valves. Shut those 3 valves off, run diagnostics, and get off the 3rd floor. This process of running diagnostics will always be the same. The only difference is which color it'll be. Once the pressure is vented again, the 3rd floor player will go back up to read the console's diagnostics. If it's yellow, then 3rd floor needs to again press and hold the diagnostics button. This will expose the yellow breaker boxes, which are spread out throughout the whole area, so everyone needs to fan out and check to see which breaker box is electrified. You can easily tell which ones are electrified, but hurry up because these breaker boxes can be on all 3 floors. If you see one, call it out and turn the lever. 3 of them need to be turned in order to run diagnostics. Release the pressure and jump down. The next diagnostics is red, and you'll know that even before you go up to the 3rd floor because that whole floor will be on fire. You can go up there still, but not to the diagnostics console. The only way to do this is ground floor must fan out and search for 3 red pipe valves. All 3 must be held simultaneously while the diagnostics button on the 3rd floor so that diagnostics can be run on the ground floor. This completes phase 1. Phase 2 is just another form of releasing the pressure. So the one that was on the 3rd floor now needs to go to the 2nd floor and position the cogs to their correct position. There are 3 stations with 2 cogs on each. Have one player on the ground floor guide second floor as to how many times the cog needs to be rotated into position. Once in position, it will light up and you will hear a click letting you know it's there. Make sure you don't overshoot it, otherwise you'll have to go all the way around again, which will waste time. After all 3 cog stations are positioned correctly, jump down to the ground floor and help out the remaining players to vent pressure even more. Remember, stay together. To vent the pressure, shoot the 2 cogs orange dot that lit up once it was locked into position. This will do 2 things: spawn Lieutenant Williams and expose the lava below the cogs. DPS the boss ASAP so he can run away. Then DPS the lava so that it can spill out and release the pressure. Be careful, that lava can kill you. Repeat this at the remaining 2 cog stations to complete phase 2. Okay, we're almost there, guys. The 3rd phase requires 1 more pressure release, and this is also the job of the one who was initially reading diagnostics on the 3rd floor. This time, when going up there, he will read a different screen which was previously off but now on. This screen will display pressure levels, and the pressure levels here will be at an imbalance and need to be positioned in the middle to stabilize. One other player on the ground floor platform needs to coordinate with 3rd floor to actually stabilize the levels. Watch this illustration to see how to do it.
B negative and D positive. Alright, D positive. Let me guess, it's monkey. Oh, they're all good over here. Alright, J negative, K positive, L positive. John, you up here with me already? Oh. N as in Nancy, negative. O, negative. And then that's it. Alright. Okay. Oh. P, positive. Sorry. That went down for some reason.
Once all levels are stabilized, the level indicator will gray out, confirming that the furnace is secured for now. This completes phase 3. At this point, Lieutenant Williams will come out for the final damage phase. After you destroy the turret's weak point that he mounts on, wait until Lieutenant Williams jumps down to the ground floor. Make sure you have 3 or 4 decoys and or somebody that can foam him in place. This boss fight's mechanics are similar to Gray's mechanics in the first boss encounter. You must shoot Lieutenant Williams' backpack so that he won't heal. Then you can easily melt him by hitting him in the head consistently. Make sure that you have 2 players on Overwatch on the 2nd floor to deal with snipers. This is very important because if not, they will cause major problems for you and your team. This also prevents Lieutenant Williams from foaming you up there. After he's been killed, you'll have to complete one last objective. Lieutenant Williams will drop a key. You have 30 seconds to grab that key. Travel once again to the 3rd floor and place it in a small black emergency shutoff panel right next to the diagnostics computer. After that, 3 players on the ground floor need to press the button at each sector to completely shut down the pressure. If it's done in time, you're finished with the 3rd boss encounter. Okay, we finally made it to the end of Operation Iron Horse, the final boss fight. And this encounter, surprisingly, is not as difficult as the 2nd and 3rd boss fights. It just takes a bit more patience. For this one, you'll need 1 healer, 6 DPS, and 1 tank. Once you open the door, all of you will kill the 𝐤𝐞𝐜 seen on the battlefield. He'll drop a key, which the tank will then need to pick up and insert into a computer controlled by a giant auto turret. This key will hack the computer temporarily, causing it to fire at the train mortars, exposing their weak points. Stand in a circle in front of the computer until it reaches 100%. Only then you'll be able to insert the key and start the first phase. This is the tank's role. Whenever a 𝐤𝐞𝐜 comes out, the tank is the person who draws his aggro, while the rest of the squad kills the 𝐤𝐞𝐜. Once phase 1 begins, a big red bullet will rise up from the middle of the train and attempt to load the Iron Horse cannon. This is one of the wipe mechanics, and the bullet needs to be destroyed before loading or you will lose. This big red bullet takes 6 rockets to destroy it. The way you get these rockets is by killing the ads that bring them out. 2 out of the 6 DPS roles take on this task in the back where the Rocketeers spawn. 1 on each side, left and right. Kill them and take the rockets that the ads drop. Fire each rocket at the big red bullet before it's loaded into the Iron Horse cannon. It loads relatively slow, so you'll have time to do it efficiently. While all of this is happening, 4 𝐤𝐞𝐜s will alternatively spawn starting from the left side of the Iron Horse train. As they get killed and the tank is performing his role by inserting the key, each time the tank inserts the key, the auto turret will fire at the train mortars exposing their weak points. These weak points are also destroyed with the same rockets used by the 2 DPS who took out the big red bullet. This, along with helping clear ads in their vicinity, are the only roles of the 2 out of 6 DPS. The other 4 DPS are split on either side of the map, left and right, 2 on each side. These 4 DPS are on ad control front side. There will be ads spawning periodically out of a door that you'll clearly be able to see from your vantage point. Deal with them and also the sniper that routinely appears on top of the train. The healer, this role is the MVP because he or she is responsible for keeping everyone alive. The healer's position is a floater, running from the left side of the map to the right side as needed to provide aid for the team. Once the big red bullet along with all 4 train mortars have been destroyed, the boss, 𝒊𝒏𝒄𝒍𝒑𝒔, will come out of the train and initiate the wipe mechanic, which is a series of rockets that rain down all over the battlefield. So before she does that, make sure all of you line up under the bridge behind the tank in a single file line so he can shield you from the auto turret as well. This completes phase 1. Phases 2 and 3 are pretty much the same but without having to destroy the train mortars. That only comes around again at phase 4. During phases 2 and 3 you're only destroying the big red bullet. Then after each time it's destroyed, you must DPS 𝒊𝒏𝒄𝒍𝒑𝒔 in order for her to once again initiate the wipe mechanic. At phase 4 you'll have to do all these at once. So make sure you keep your wits about you because you'll need it for this phase. After you finally kill 𝒊𝒏𝒄𝒍𝒑𝒔, she'll drop one last rocket. You'll need this to destroy the final big red bullet that tries for its last ditch attempt to destroy the White House. After this, you're done and you can bask in the ambience of victory. I know I did because I got the Ravenous and I truly hope you do as well. Shout out to my fellow clan member 𝐤𝐞𝐞𝐜𝐴 for sharing this exotic with me. Do you know that he didn't even want it?
I got you, bro. Let's go.
Hey, whatever. To each its own, you know? Anyways, if you'd like to see some of the builds I used in this raid, click either one of these videos right here and check them out. And if this guide helped you out in any way, please drop a like and don't hesitate to subscribe to my channel. Until I see you in my next video, be right out.